Hello, IGN. My name is Jose Otero, and I'm here with Jake Kasdal of 17-Bit. What's going on, man?
Happy to be here. The GDC has been killing it. It's been a crazy show, but we're having a lot of fun, and I'm thrilled that we were able to make this happen.
I'll tell you what else is killing it. So I'm a big fan of Galak-Z, actually. So tell us more about it for the folks at home. You were one of the Indie 8 at Sony's press conference last year, and you're coming out on PS4. What else can you tell us about it?
We, at Bit Summit a couple weeks ago in Kyoto, we announced we're also doing a Vita version.
Nice. Okay.
And we've also, I guess this pretty new news still, we've sort of converted from a bit more of a traditional storytelling structure and gameplay structure to a full-blown roguelike.
Okay.
Roguelike light, or whatever you want to call it, the modern-day roguelikes, which means procedurally generated, although highly handcrafted parts, but the dungeons themselves are procedurally generated, and it's a permadeath game. So there are persistent power-ups over the course of the game, sort of similar to something like Rogue Legacy. A little different, but kind of in that vein of things where the more you play, the more you're going to unlock, the more stuff you're going to start seeing. But it is a roguelike where you do die and you start over at the very beginning every time.
Okay, cool. Take us in. Let's see.
So as you can see here, the theme is kind of very based on like early 80s, sort of late 70s Japanese anime, which I'm a huge fan of. Grew up watching, and I just love that era of stuff, like the original Gundams and Macross, Robotech, whatever you want to call it. So this game is kind of all about that. It's kind of we were going for this episodic cartoon feel, where it really feels like you're watching a cartoon Saturday morning. And every time you sit down to play, you're kind of sitting down to one adventure. There's going to be sort of a bit of story and inciting action. This system, today's mission is this sort of thing. And then a full playthrough will ideally be, between half an hour and an hour. We're kind of still working on tweaking all that stuff. But the idea is that you'll play through a couple different missions back to back to try to get to the big boss fight at the end.
Got it. Okay.
But if you die, you have to start all the way over again.
Okay.
So this is our lead character, Adam Takamoto. He is his call sign is ATAC, and he's on the deck here, where it's kind of the CIC, Command Information Center, where you're given your mission debriefings, and you sort of jump into all your action here. So we're going to jump into the map. In this system today, we have 3 different maps. These are 3 different difficulty settings, basically, for right now.
Okay.
Every time you finish a mission, the percentage goes up. The difficulty percentage goes up about 30%. So the missions just kind of get harder and harder and harder.
Wow.
For today's demo, I would like to show you the hard stuff.
All right,
I think I have it in me to keep going. If I die, you're going to have to excuse me. But
warning, do not engage right out front with that.
So we're going to jump in and take a look at what is on today. So you get down to the deck. There is a shop here, but I don't have any money yet because I haven't gone out and earned any in combat. So I'm going to just go ahead and launch.
Okay. Wow. Really like that look and that feel. And yeah, that's totally that 80s, 70s inspired.
So every
trip down the tunnel.
In theme with our kind of this essence of roguelike procedurally generated stuff, the titles of every episode are also procedurally generated, as well as the authors' names. It's kind of a database of writers
really?
from
wow.
old animes
and it doesn't spit out like something really weird or bizarre?
No, we've our guy Colin put together this crazy system. So you always start off in deep space here, kind of coming in on your mission. You can see the arrow, the directive arrow there, teaching me where to go. But this is a very sort of Newtonian physics-based experience. So it's completely physics-driven. I mean, it's a very complex physics simulation in a lot of ways. We just kind of, you've got thrust, you've got a boost, spin around. As you shoot these rocks, you can see these animations are very stylized. It's very reminiscent of those early 80s animes. So we spent a lot of time sort of dissecting the explosions and taking a look at this stuff. Wanted the lighting to be dynamic, kind of feel very explory and alone out here in space.
Yeah.
So there's 3 factions in the game, well, 4 including yourself, but there's 3 enemy factions, one of which is kind of out here haunting it. I didn't see anything today, that's fine. But there's giant bugs that sort of live in these environments, this weird space coral that can be very dangerous. And then there's the Imperials, the classic blue skin bad guys. And then you've also got the space pirates. And everybody hates everybody. So you come across a lot of sort of interesting fights already in progress. We spent a lot of effort and time on our AI. It's kind of very, this looks like a classic sort of shooting game, arcade shooting game from the 90s or something. But at its core, it's actually very tech-driven. Very physics-driven. A lot of physics, and the navigation mesh is complex with these characters. The AI is very complex. These guys have eyes and ears, kind of like something like out of Far Cry or something like that. You can see his vision cone there. He's just on patrol. I haven't made any noise, and I haven't gotten in his vision cone, so he hasn't seen me.
Wow, that's really cool.
But if I kind of sneak up back here, and if I throw a shot down, he'll hear that, start looking, and now he's seen me, and he'll want to engage. Unfortunately for him, I'm going to shoot his face off, and pick up his gunk, get some cash, and be on my way.
Okay.
So these guys are on these organic patrols. These are sort of placed within these hand-designed rooms. But you can see these guys saw something. Must have been nothing. They moved on. Oh, no. There was a reason they were pissed off. There's a pirate turret here. You can see there's a pirate base over here where the pirates have got their trash stashed, or their loot.
That's right. Okay.
This guy's running away. I'm just going to take him out. So they're going to go and take out these missile turrets, protecting these loot canisters here.
Okay.
I'm going to just take these guys out while they're wounded. Took a hit there. I'm fine. So the shields are kind of Halo style. They'll recharge with time, but the health will not unless you actually find a health back. So these treasure chests, these pirate treasure chests have cash in them.
Yeah. So
These
now
old
you get the
derelict
loot.
ships will have stuff in them.
It's really cool to watch. It's especially cool in games when you see the sort of computer fighting itself in certain places, or discovering itself, and the battle happens. That was really
Yeah,
cool.
it's just very organic. You know, we spent a long time thinking we were going to do sort of a more, tailored, one-time through experience sort of thing. And we spent like a year and a half working on the same level. And we just kept adding new things, changing the patrols slightly, getting it really balanced. And we realized that we weren't really spending a lot of effort on making new content, because every time you would play, it would feel kind of different, just because you would come across these guys in different spots in the patrols. They would overlap. They might be fighting already with with the giant bug or whatever. And we realized that this is there's a giant spider. He's gonna try to grab me, but I'm too fast for him.
Nice. Is that another one?
We realized that this game was really about these encounters and stuff, so we started spending a lot more effort on driving. I'm gonna see if I can. Oh, I can't do it. Try to get through it without getting stuck. With
Yeah.
these
Was that to just slow you down?
Yeah, it slows you
Okay,
down.
got it.
Goes way
That could be big trouble.
But now I've been seen by these guys. These little scouts will rush off and grab bigger guys. They'll go grab the big scary guys, so it's important you take them out before they get away.
Okay. So you sort of have to pay attention to what enemy you're shooting at as well before they go and.
Yeah, the little
sort of
guys
bring in.
they can cause trouble. They'll run off real quick and go grab a big squad of the bigger mean guys.
Yeah. So I noticed with your maneuvering too, you have some really cool options, right? Outside of just kind of spinning around wildly, you had a move where you sort of came forward towards the screen almost, or was I seeing things?
Oh no, I mean it's a 2D game, but it's built in a 3D game world. It's built in
Okay.
Unity. All the backgrounds are hand-drawn sprites,
Okay.
but they are layered in 3D space. And
Oh,
the ships
nice.
themselves are polygonal. And when you explode things, when you kill things, they can go flying into the screen, which is
Oh,
actually a
got it.
really awesome effect if you're playing this on our Oculus Rift build or on a 3D TV. So
Cool.
we're super excited about that stuff, getting some more love going in the future too, especially with Project Morpheus announced. I'm super excited about that.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, no promises for being available at launch. I don't even know when it's shipping, so I think this will probably beat it, but I would love to support that in the future.
Okay.
So I'm making my way through this cave. You can kind of take a look at what's going on here.
Okay.
So this cave is procedurally generated, but each one of these rooms is kind of hand-tailored. There are, loop-de-loops and dead ends and stuff like that. You can see I sort of missed a potential little treasure room up there.
Got it.
And as I'm making my way through this space, I got the fog of war on, and you can see how big this entire dungeon
Wow.
sort of is right now.
Okay.
So this guy's seen me, and he's gonna go get his friends. I'm gonna start landing these guys with my Macross missiles.
Nice. How many of those do you have? Do you have a lot?
I
or-
have 12 left. That was a pretty big load I just dumped, but these guys do drop more missiles.
Okay.
You can usually find them in combat. There's something about just flying around in this game. I mean, it just feels fantastic. You've got such freedom of movement, and it takes a little while to get used to it. People tend to take about 5 or 10 minutes to kind of really get the controls, but once you get it, I mean, it's just thrust and direction. I mean, that's really all it is.
Yeah.
It's just that playing with your weight and your gravity is just a lot of fun. Learn how to fly backwards,
Huh.
spinning around while kind of holding on your trajectory. It's kind of a combat simulation in a way here. I'm going to jump into the shop here. This is Crash.
Okay.
He's out in the field kind of scavenging, looking for stuff, and he'll sell you parts and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a machine gun upgrade.
Okay.
I'm going to go for the burst fire because
Okay.
it's kind of a bit more of a pro mode. This is a burst shot, and it's got a lot more physics knockback.
Okay.
So it's a lot of fun knocking guys around. You can punch dudes into like the spikes. You can punch them into the lava.
Yeah.
It's kind of this big burst of heavy fire.
Cool. Yeah, and just speaking to
Whoa.
the maneuvers and everything, it is really just fun to watch, right? Even if you're not playing, I kind of enjoy watching, just you sort of make a certain turn and then spin wildly for a few seconds. Wow, he's not playing around, too.
Well, I'm not going to either then.
There you go. Wow,
Suck
good
it,
shot.
bug.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's so rewarding for us to be, the creators of this game and spend so much time and effort working on it and designing these things, and to be able to play it every day and not know what you're going to find. I mean, I think that's one of the key things about making this a roguelike is like, even as the lead designer who built all the stuff by hand, the order the rooms are stacked in, the different kind of zones they're assigned to be, what kind of patrols you're going to come across, what might be happening already in that space.
Yep.
It's just constantly interesting. I never get bored of playing this game. And as your skill set grows and the combat gets deeper and deeper, it just is really rewarding. And I really like, we have the scaling difficulty now, so as it gets harder and harder, it gets really challenging even for someone who's really good at it, and it just feels great. Learning how to fight these guys is just awesome.
Really like the art direction too. Very, very cool. Classic vibes. That's a very big transformer
sort of thing.
right there.
This guy's actually not animated yet. We have some sort of rough animations in. The animator's been designing, and whoa, I got to get out of here before he grabs me. The animator's been working on the new one this week, and so we're really excited to get back and see what the final guy is going to look like. And
cool.
With all his real animations in, these giant robots are not animated yet.
All right. So for folks at home, just for context, you're also seeing this run on a PC right now, but it will be available, as Jake said, on PS4 and on Vita.
Yeah,
so
it'll
really
launch
exciting.
on PS4. That's our lead platform. And
right.
then we will be launching on Vita at some point after that. I'm going to take these little guys out first.
Cool.
Because I don't want them running off and grabbing more support.
Got it.
And this guy sort of looks like he's the big daddy in this room, probably protecting the final crystal that I'm trying to find. He's at a bit of a disadvantage here. I'm encountering him in a big open spot, and I've got a lot more freedom to maneuver, and I was able to kind of dance around him.
Is that kind of the pro tip? If you're in sort of a tight firefight, get out of there.
With those guys, I don't like to get bumped around. They can boost pretty quickly.
Okay.
I could have used this lava. I could have shot in there and cooked him with some of this stuff.
Okay.
Didn't realize it was up there. Each zone is themed, and you can hear the different music, kind of adjusting to where you're at. But I don't hear any sound right now. I know it's recording it, but so make it a little bit blind to maneuver in here.
So we're coming up on.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah. These guys are lightweights. They're not too much issue. See the scouts.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, you don't have to be shooting. People kind of, they tend to start playing. They just like shooting the whole time. But really, you don't even have to thrust all the time. You can kind of just hang out. Here we have another pirate turret taking out an Imperial squad.
Okay.
I'm going to let them just sort of soften each other up. You can see their shields going down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and throw in some support here. And then I'm going to skip past this guy. I don't want to piss him off any more than I need to. These guys are called Barracudas.
Okay.
These guys are fast. They're kind of, whoa, there's another missile thing over here on this side. So again, I'm going to kind of let these guys
use that to your advantage.
Yeah. Stay distracted by that while I sneak over here. I don't even need to engage. I've got enough money right now. But I will take this free treasure chest.
All right.
Oops. Okay, took a hit there. I can use these exploding spike flowers. If I can get a shot off here. There. These things will explode, and they're good for knocking guys around and getting them knocked off. Now here's a pirate squad. I'm going to sneak right through and say hi. Now I'm wishing that I had left those Imperials alive and had them chase over here, because it would have been really useful to have them sort of distract each other.
And that's sort of the Far Cry-esque elements that you're shooting for, right?
Yeah.
Wow,
so he's still engaged with this missile thing. I'm going to take that out and lead him over this way.
Even that plant, like that was a near disaster right there, because you would have gotten slowed down and then been caught in a lot of enemy fire.
And oh boy, okay, this guy is bad. This guy's called a rhino. He is mean. Oh man, okay, this is bad. This is bad. Ah, he got me.
Okay.
So that was good. That was a very typical playthrough. I'm pretty good at the game. I kind of overcommitted. I was a little distracted talking to you, and that cost me my life.
Well,
so there we go.
We really appreciate you coming by to show the game, though, and it looks fantastic. So for more on Galak-Z, make sure you stay tuned to IGN.